Hi friends, today we are going to look at placing stop loss for your long term or your holdings which are in delivery mode in Zerodha. So if as you can see over here in my holdings, I have a bunch of stocks which I have holding for the long term or for which I have taken delivery. How do I set a stop loss for these? So there are two scenarios over here that we are going to discuss. First scenario is where I have a specific news or an event which is happening today and I need to place a stop loss for a particular stock today based on how that stock is going to move. Now I may place this stop loss to either secure my profits or to limit my loss, but what it basically means that if the price is going down because of any event or news today, I will define a price where the stock will be automatically sold. The second situation is long term, that hey, anytime in the future, if the price starts going below a certain level, this can also be used for trailing stop loss. So if a price starts going up below a certain level, anytime in the next 365 days, my order will trigger. This we will see using a feature called GTT. So let's place stop loss for a stock. Let's pick a random stock because this is not investment advice. This is just demo of a feature. So I will pick HDFC Bank over here. It's been doing well for me. You can see I'm sitting on a neat 35% profit over here. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to say, hey, let me set a stop loss. It's a stock which is in my holdings. So I'm going to do a exit over here to set my stop loss. I'll click exit. I will set my quantity as 10 for the purpose of this video, and within the regular order I'm going to select long term because these are in my demat account. These are long term holdings, and for stop loss I have to select either of these two options. Now remember, a common mistake people make over here is to use these two options which are not stop loss. Now let me explain. If I use the limit option here and I say that, hey, at 1600 rupees, please sell this stock for me because that's my stop loss. If that's how you apply a stop loss, here is what will happen. This will denote to Zerodha that you are willing to sell 10 quantity of HDFC Bank at 1600 rupees. But the current market price is 1627, which is higher than what you are asking for. So Zerodha will think, hey, I can get you a better price. Let me get you 1627 and sell your stocks right away at 1627. So using this will almost always ensure that you end up selling immediately and not capturing the value of stop loss, which is that if the market price is 1626 and if the value stops falling at a certain level, when the market comes down to 1600, I want to say, okay, sell my stock now. That is what stop loss is about, and that is why we have stop loss and stop loss market, two options over here. So I will select stop loss, which is the first option, which means that I will set a trigger and it will sell at this price after this trigger is hit. So my trigger will have to be necessarily higher than the price I set over here. So if I am saying that, hey, at 1600 rupees, or let's say 1590, I want to sell, but I want to sell when the market has already gone down. So when the market reaches 1591, if the market starts falling and reaches 1591, please sell my stocks at 1590. Now, why is this price lower than the trigger price? Let me explain you a very simple fact that when the market is falling, is going down, your trigger comes at price X, but by the time your order goes to NSE, the market may have fallen more and could be X minus Y. It could be below X, and that's why we put our bid or our price slightly below the trigger price. In fact, Zerodha probably wouldn't even let me set a price higher than the trigger price over here. So my trigger is at 1591. Okay, I can't take any more loss. Whatever profit I have made so far, give it to me and sell my stock for 1590. Now, if the market price was still anything above 1590, I will get it. I may get 1591, I may get 1590.5. That depends on the current market price. But I'm willing to sell at 1590 at that point when the market has hit 1591. So this is a stop loss limit order where I'm setting the limit and the trigger both. Your second option for long term stop loss only for today. Remember, these orders are only applicable for today. You are assuming that there is some news or there is some event based on which you are applying the stop loss, and these orders will automatically be cancelled at 3:30 p.m. when the market closes. So this is for immediate action. Today, if the market moves, do this for me. And that is why I'm keeping this price closer to the current price. We will look at the long-term solution also. But before that, let's look at what is this SLM. SLM means stop loss market. So when I say stop loss market, you will notice I cannot enter a price here. I'm only entering a trigger. This basically means, and this is very useful if you are dealing with stocks which are a little smaller. HDFC is probably one of the bigger ones. So what I'm saying is, whenever the price hits 1591, just sell it at whatever price you get. I don't care. Just sell and get me out of this trade. Book whatever profit I have, book whatever loss I have, get me out of here. So if the price starts falling from 1625, it reaches 1591, and at that point Zerodha just sends the order to NSE and says, just sell these 10 quantities. I don't care how you sell it. So I'll place this order and show you how it is done. So stop loss market, 10 quantity. I'm not setting a price because the trigger is 1591 and this is a stop loss market. I'm going to do a swipe to sell, and this order will now go to my orders section, which I can access over here. So in orders, I can now review my trade, which says that, hey, there is a trigger of 1591. The current last traded price is 1625, and I'm selling a quantity of 10 HDFC Bank at a stop loss market, and CNC denotes that this is cash and carry, which means there is no margin, no leverage. These are from my holdings. In fact, these are from my long-term holdings. So that's how you place the first kind of stop loss, which is for today. Now, let me show you how to cancel this order in case you need to cancel it. Within orders, I'm going to just click on this order, click cancel, and this order has been cancelled. Now, I promised you the second way where you can set it for long term. So I will select HDFC Bank over here. I'm going to select an option called Create GTT. Now, a lot of you tell me that you do not see this option called Create GTT. And for that, I want to tell you, take this Kite app and update it in your Play Store or App Store, and this option will show up. If you are not on the latest version, at times this does not show up, and goes without saying, if you do not have a Zerodha account already, I use this app. I recommend this app. Please use my link in description or comments below and open an account. So I will click Create GTT over here. So I'm creating a GTT for HDFC Bank. I'm saying sell, and I need to now put a stop loss. Now there are two kinds of triggers over here. One is a single and one is a OCO, which is one cancels the other. Now remember, when I want to do a stop loss, you notice that this stock is already sitting at a 35% profit for me. So I may also want to say, when this profit reaches 40%, book my profit, or if it starts falling and my profit is at 30%, please book whatever profit I have. I don't want to lose any more of my profit. So I have a lot of tools over here. The beauty of a GTT order, good till triggered order, is that this order is valid for 365 days. Now remember, if it's a sell order like this one, you may have to enter a T-pin for this sale to be transacted, and you will get a notification from Zerodha to do that on a given day. But if you have a POA with Zerodha, T-pin would only be required. I'll be making some videos around T-pin, so hold on for that. But let's understand the concept of GTT. So within sell, if I say give me a one cancel other, I will have to set a trigger for stop loss and a trigger for target. This is if the price goes up. This is if the price goes down. So I'm saying if the price goes 5% down at 1543, I can set any trigger over here. Then please sell at this price. I have to define a price. I can keep it same or I can keep it slightly lower to counter the risks which I told you last time. And then I can set target if the price goes 5% up. I'm very happy again. Please sell it at the same price, or in this case, I'm going to say sell it again at a slightly lower price than the market price so that I definitely have my trade executed. Now, of course, I want to change the quantity to 10 as I promised you that I'm willing to book profit on 10, and I have my stop loss and target set over here. So friends, to be clear, we have selected sell order, one cancel others, which lets me put a stop loss, and target. Stop loss is for market going down, target is for price going up. This is valid for 365 days. So I have adjusted the pricing according to the current market price. If the price goes 5% below, I can do this. If the price goes 5% above, I can again do this trade and book my profit. Now I'm going to just create GTT by sliding this. Now to see this order, I need to go into orders, click GTT above over here, right here, and you will see my GTT over here. I'm going to click it to see the details, and you will see my stop loss is at this price, my target is at this price. All the details are right here. This is very clear. My defined price can also be seen over here. So trigger and price can be seen. In this case, both are same, but I always recommend that you should keep it a little below your trigger price. If I want to modify this order, I can click modify. So I'll click modify, and I have an option to modify these. I can also go back, click this, and say I want to delete, and you can delete this order as well. Now there was a second kind of GTT which we saw. If I go back to GTT, within sell, by the way, you can use GTT for buy as well, and do see my video for understanding how that is done. I'll give you a link in description. But within sell, I can also say single. Single means that, hey, only do one kind of trade for me. If the market goes up or down, either way, no need to do a OCO. Remember, in OCO, we had set two orders. One was if the price goes up, the other was if the price goes down. And if either of them got triggered, the other one gets cancelled automatically. That's what one cancels other means, and that's the feature, that if I'm doing an OCO, if this gets triggered, this will get cancelled. If this gets triggered, this will get cancelled. In case that wasn't clear, let me make that clear. Now, if I click single, I can just set a single trigger. This can be if the market goes up, but I can also use it for stop loss and say, if the market starts going below 1575, please get me out of the market at 1574. I can also use this for the market going down over here. Roughly, if the market goes 3% down, I can also use the single option to place a GTT. So GTT is a great tool. I use it all the time along with another tool called SIP in Zerodha. If you want to learn how to do SIP in Zerodha, I have a video on that as well. I hope you have subscribed to the channel by now. If you have any questions, ask me in comments. See you next time.